Hello everyone, my name is David Litchfield. This is George the Bear Litchfield, and we are back to read you another story. This time it is my third book, The Bear, the Piano, the Dog and the Fiddle.
My glasses fell off.
You look cool. Okay, should we read it? Okay, this is The Bear, the Piano, the Dog and the Fiddle, which is this time set in a city. Look, there's this cool city where they all live, all the characters live. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
You're ready. Brilliant. Perfect. Hector and Hugo were best friends. Look, here's Hector, and there's his best friend Hugo. Hector was a fiddle player, and Hugo was one of his biggest fans. Over the years, they'd had good times, bad times, and even some crazy times. But now times weren't so great. "What are we going to do, Hugo?" Hector said as they walked home. "My act is yesterday's news. Who'd want to listen to an old fiddler like me when they can watch the world-famous piano-playing bear?" Hugo woofed, as if to say he would, but Hector just sighed. "I'm too old for this game, boy," he said. "I guess I'll never get to play the big concert halls like I dreamed." And with that, Hector packed away his fiddle forever. Now that Hector didn't go out and play his fiddle, he spent most of his time watching TV, listening to music, sleeping, and sleeping some more. Now, can anyone see what's going on behind Hector in these pictures? What's Hugo doing while he's doing all these things like listening to music and sleeping? Can you see? What's he playing, George? What's the little doggy playing? Is he playing the violin? He's playing the violin. He's learning to play it secretly. Hector and Hugo's neighbourhood was noisy, so Hector kept the window shut when he slept. But one night he forgot. In the early hours of the morning, a strange noise woke him up. Hector crept out of bed, tiptoed up the corridor, and pushed open the door to the roof to find Hugo was playing Hector's fiddle. And the music Hugo was making was toe-tappingly, whistle-blowingly, finger-clickingly awesome. Hector's tummy hurt a bit when he saw everyone in the neighbourhood nodding along, but then he saw something else: how much his friend loved to play. Oh, they're pretty stylish. Look at those. The next morning, Hector taught Hugo all the tricks of the trade he'd learned over the years. Before long, a crowd had gathered to hear the toe-tapping tunes. News of the incredible fiddle-playing dog spread, and one day, a very famous bear came to watch. You're a famous bear, aren't you, George? Bear told Hugo that he was starting a band full of musical animals. He invited him to come on tour and play his fiddle to hundreds of thousands of people. As Hugo looked up at Hector, his tail wagging, Hector's tummy started to hurt again. "I guess you should go," he said, trying to smile. "It's the opportunity of a lifetime." Hugo's tail wagged even more as he packed to go away with Bear's big band, making sure the fiddle was safely stowed away. But Hector began to have second thoughts. "Don't go and join that silly group, Hugo," he said. "We don't need them." Hugo put his head on Hector's knee, but Hector just pushed him away. "Fine," said Hector. "I'm sure you'll be back with your tail between your legs. You're not even that good. That was mean, wasn't it? Hugo picked up his suitcase and just left. Suddenly, Hector felt awful. Wait, Hugo, he cried. I'm so...
Wait.
But it was too late. With Bear's big band, Hugo toured the world, playing spectacular shows to sold-out crowds of adoring fans. Hugo was the star of the show, with Bear on the piano, Big G on drums, and Clint the Wolfman Jones grooving on the double bass. Millions of people watched them all over the world on their televisions and computer screens. Millions of people, including Hector. As he watched, Hector missed making music. He missed playing the fiddle. But most of all, he missed his friend. Aw, Hector's sad. Months passed until one day when Hector saw some posters saying that Bear's big band were playing in the big concert hall in their city. Hector wanted to go, but then he remembered the horrible things he had said. What if Hugo didn't want him there?
I'm going to take these off.
All right, mate, you still look cool. Still look cool. Hector bought a ticket anyway and found a spot at the front, right by the stage. He noticed that Hugo had a new fiddle and wondered what had happened to the old one. But then the band started playing. Hector couldn't believe how mind-blowingly, toe-tappingly, finger-clickingly awesome the music was. Hugo! He shouted. It's me, Hector. You are brilliant. I'm so proud of you. But Hugo just whispered something to the bear, who whispered something to a security guard. Then the band carried on playing. Uh-oh. A few minutes later, Hector felt two giant paws grab him. What's going on? He asked nervously. The security guards picked up Hector and took him into a dark corridor. This is a bit scary, this bit. I think we'll be okay, though. It's okay, Hector said. I was going to leave anyway. Let me go. But the guards just kept walking with Hector squished between them until suddenly they stopped. And Hector realised just where he was. Hello. Hello. Where do you think he was? He was on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, boomed a voice. I'm pleased to announce that tonight, Bear's big band will be joined by a very, very special guest. Please give a warm welcome to Hector. I'm told that our star Hugo wouldn't be here without him. As the crowd cheered, Hugo passed Hector his old fiddle, which he'd kept safe for all this time. He woofed and wagged his tail. And as Hector took the fiddle, he realised that though he and Hugo might have good times, bad times, and even times apart, they would always be friends. Because good friendship, just like good music, lasts a lifetime. The end. Hit it, little bear.
I'm just going to get that.
And here's the last page. Look, we're back in the city, and Hector and Hugo have made friends, and they're rocking out on top of the buildings. Right, George, that's the end of the show. What do you think? Oh, you're going to do us a little song. Come on then, quick.
Can you do this? Actually, I did that.
You do the harmonica, I'll do the flute. Okay. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. I'll be back with another one of my books very soon. This book, before we start before we start our little tune, this book is actually available right now to download for free onto your Kindle. If you go to the Amazon Kindle store, you can download this for free for a little while, so you can have it to read along, have your own version. But I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, let's do your little song. You take it away, George. Wow. That was amazing. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye-bye. You gonna say bye? Bye, everyone.